Hi there, welcome to AnnEvolving. I've had people ask, well, how do you do it? What is it that you're doing? How do you use the laser? So that is what I'm going to share with you today. I'm going to show you how I'm using the NIRA Pro on my face, neck, chest, and hands. So first, what is the NIRA laser? There are two. There is the NIRA Precision and the NIRA Pro. The Precision has a smaller aperture right here, and it really is for targeted lines and wrinkles. Before the Pro came out, I was using this all over my face in every little crinkle, wrinkle, and crevice. But since this came out, I really can cover the larger areas of my face so much easier and more quickly. The other difference is I was using this on my hands. I was using it on dark spots one by one. With this device, I can do the entire hand. The benefits of the NIRA Pro are that you get more coverage, same laser technology. You can use them both for different things. If this is all I had, I was using it in a lot of places. Having this gives me the opportunity to use it in even more places. For example, instead of just using it on the spots on my hands, I can now use it on the entire hand. The other thing is I can now use this to really cover my neck, and I'm starting to do my chest because I want to reduce the signs of aging. I want to reverse the signs of aging. I want to reverse the damage that I have on my hands and chest specifically. My face too. So this is an FDA cleared device, which means it has been tested and compared to market spa grade devices, and this is comparable to that at home. It comes with a 90-day money-back guarantee, so you should be able to begin seeing wrinkles less noticeable, lines less deep. So if you don't notice those things and you have been following this according to the instructions, which is once or twice a day, then you could, of course, get your money back. They're very nice. They're very eager to work with you. They want the device to work for you. I do like that about NIRA. It's niraskin.com. So how does it work? It heats the dermis of the skin to stimulate natural collagen. You'll know it's working because you'll feel the warmth, but there's no pain. Okay, so let's jump in. How do you use the NIRA? You wash and dry the skin that you're going to treat. So I'm coming to you on camera this morning with a face that I have already treated and a neck that I have already treated. And I am gonna go ahead and share with you now the path that I take on my face and my neck, and then I'm gonna demonstrate how I use it on my chest live with you. What I've been doing is I turn this on for my face. I have been using a level 4 on my forehead and kind of on my cheeks and right here. But as I get down into this area, like right here, really, just this area, I do reduce it to a level 3. Something about this area has always been very sensitive, and so I have to go down to a level 3, and I have to go down to a level 1 above my lip. It's just so sensitive. When you use the device, you do feel heat. And this device is very different than the Precision. I'm going to turn both of them on, and I'm going to show you what I mean. On the Precision, you press this. Well, I'm going to do it on my skin so that it gives you a correct beep. It gives you a beep, delivers the laser, and you're done. This one, you don't have to press a button. You put it on your skin. It is much longer. So whereas this one is a very quick delivery, this one takes much longer. So what you're basically doing is, and if you can see the aperture, this one is so small, and so it's very targeted. This one is a little bigger, so you're getting more heat through this one. Well, you're getting heat through this one, but it's very directed and targeted. The heat here, it's sitting on your skin longer, and there's a bigger treatment area. When I used this, and I would use it around these very small sensitive areas, I would feel it and it would feel like a snap. It's a very quick laser delivery. With this one, because I'm sitting there a little bit longer, the heat is there and I can just kind of feel it to the degree that, as they say, it's not painful. I think it's supposed to feel comfortable, and I can definitely feel it starting to get really hot. I'm okay with gradually increasing the temperature. I didn't create these wrinkles in just a few seconds, and so I'm not looking to repair them in a few seconds. I'm okay with spreading out and incorporating this into my regimen, knowing that it's going to take time to build up, and it's basically a new habit. I'm committing to using this in my skincare. I'm okay with using it over the long haul, 90 days, all the days, whatever it takes to start to build that collagen up again, to plump up my skin. And so then when you use it, if it's anything like this, which I know it is, it's the same technology. As I started using this and the collagen started building up, the snap and the sensitivity of those areas changed. I did not feel the snap as much as I did when I started. So I could go up to a higher level. And I think that's because the collagen was building again, it was plumping up, and so your skin gets thicker. And so the sensitivity reduces when the collagen is beginning to, I guess, come back or resurface or plump up. I have been using this all over, but I'm using it in different temperatures. So I'm using it 4 here, 3 here, and 1 around my lips. I'll tell you what I'm doing, like I said, because I've already done my face and neck. On my face, I have tried doing it in different ways to see which is the easiest path for me to be sure I'm not missing areas. And I know that sounds easy. I did have to kind of learn my path so that I do it the same way every time. So here's what I'm doing. I start over here and I go all the way across. Now you can't drag it like I just did. You have to lift it and do it or it doesn't work. So I go all the way across and then I go all the way back on the next row down. And then I go all the way across and then I go all the way back across. It takes me about 4 times, right? Then I do this part right here. So just 1 and 2. That's pretty much it. I cannot use it on my nose here because it's thinner and it just will not give me the laser beep. So I'm not doing it right here. However, I am doing it on my cheeks and up my nose on the sides. The next thing I do is I come down here and I go here, here. And instead of starting to travel in, what I'm trying to do is cover territory left to right, right to left, left to right, without moving it all around and doing that sort of thing, because I can tell when I place it kind of the path that I'm on. Then I go back and I go like this. I can lift it and go back and know exactly kind of where I started with my mind, I guess, with my memory. So that's what I'm doing. I start all the way here and go across, then drop it down a little and go across, then drop it down a little and go across, and here. Then I do this area. Then I start here and I go across, 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 across. Same thing on this side. So I'm coming up on the sides of my nose and up in these areas here, but I'm really not doing these areas. That's where I'm going to use the 1. Then I come all the way up on this side and I do hit right here, but I stop kind of right here because this area, again, I have to drop it down to a 3. But I do go and I come around and I go under my chin and I do all of that on a 3. So once I'm done with my face, I do the area here on a 1 and I just go across, and the area right under my lip. I do not go on my lip skin. So once I am done with my face, I begin my neck. And this again, I have found the same process works really well with my neck. So I don't do this area to begin with. The first thing I do is I start kind of behind my ear right here. And I start here and I go under and then I come down to the side of my neck. Again, I don't go back and forth. I lift, I start it and go this way, then I come back and my mind kind of mentally traces where I'm starting. I don't know why, but that's how it works for me. And then I come all the way down until I feel right here where my neck kind of hits my collarbone, and that's one side done. Then I do the same thing. I go back here and I start and I come down, bump, bump, bump. Then I do under my neck. And to do that, I kind of start here and I find the bone and I do it right on the jawline, going all the way across. That is the different thing that I do there. Then I come down and I go all the way down, all the way down, and all the way down. And, I just make sure I get this area as well. I have tried doing this many different ways. If I vary from that process, kind of forget what I've done for whatever reason, that is the process that's working for me. And as of this week, that is the process that I'm sticking with. Now, I'm going to turn this on, and what I'm going to do is I'm going to use the same process for my chest. I know my chest is in really bad shape. We used baby oil for sun tanning back in the day. This is the damage as a result of that. I'm going to use the same process, which is out to in and out to in on my chest. I'm just going to do it this way, all the way to the center line. And then I'm going to do the same thing over here. I'm going to start on the collarbone, come across, 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 across. And the reason I'm doing that is, like I said, I have tried going back and forth, and for whatever reason, it just doesn't seem to me. I feel like I'm missing spots. So this is how I'm doing it, if it's helpful to you, because I've tried many different variations. So I'm going to turn this on, but I'm going to, I guess, tell you how long it takes me to do it. So it's 10:32 a.m. I'm going to put it on, let's try it, 2, 3, 4, 5. Okay, so I'm going to start on my collarbone. If it ever does that missed beat, that just means you don't have good contact. As you're going around your collarbone, you are curving around. So it does take just a moment to get into the out to in process. But this is how I do it. The other thing I noticed is that because my neck is more bony or not as plump as it used to be, the skin is not as plump. Sometimes when I go to put the laser down, it's just not making good contact, especially here where there's a lot of bone. There. So you just kind of have to work with it. So now I'm getting into the area where I'm trying to go in a straight line. And that's just so I know that I'm hitting the complete area without missing spots. I don't think there's going to be a significant difference. I think it's just overall you want to cover the territory and you want to have a systematic approach when you do it so that you can say, I did it, I used it correctly. You want to see if you get results. So it has to beat when you place it so that you know you have the correct contact. So now I'm able to kind of go left to right. And if it's not hitting, I just kind of put my hand here and pull the skin to be a little more taut, or I sit up straighter. There we go. I mean, there's definitely a learning curve, but it's not difficult at all. And everybody's chest is different. Everybody has different fluff or boniness. So just work around your curves and structure, bone structure, and just learn what your method is. I think that's really the hardest part about the laser is the chest and the hands. The hands are very bony. That just happens with age. You can see right here where it's a little red. That's just because the device is administering the laser, which is basically heat. Now I'm just going to go down one straight path to make sure I was able to catch this center line. It's kind of what worked for me on my neck, is going side to side and then straight down this neck area here. So that is my chest. And you can see, I do have visible red spots on this side, and that fades. It's a little warm to the touch. I kind of like that because I know it's working or I did something right. For the hands, it's very similar to the chest. I have learned that if I lay my hand flat on a surface, that it's easier for me to kind of plump them up enough to where I can get the laser to administer. I want to let you know I did my chest on a 5 and I'm going to do my hands on a 5. I definitely started on a 4 with my chest and my hands, but I've been using it for a couple of weeks now, and so I'm able to go up to a 5. But do what is comfortable, don't do what is painful or what feels intolerable. I've tried many different things with my hands, and when I put them on a surface, it's a hard surface, my hand doesn't seem to plump up as much. Putting it right here on my chest and just watching in a mirror is such a trick that works. Who would have thought, right? Well, it's just a lot of trial and error. And, you know, there is this frustration I get when I keep trying to place the laser and the laser won't fire, like around my neck where it's bony. With my hands, I was trying everything. I was going left to right. I was making a fist. I was putting it on a flat surface. If you want to put your hand down, putting it on a pillow helps too. But the key is not to put it on a flat surface. Put it on like a surface that gives you a little bit of lift underneath your hand, and for whatever reason that works. So that's my hack, my NIRA laser hack. It's still very bony, so it's going to have misses. Now there is something I do differently on my hands. I go top down. I don't go left to right. And I know that doesn't seem to make sense, but it's just the way the bones are, because the tendons in the hands kind of go down. I find this to be the easiest thing. And for whatever reason, my memory just tracks it that way. I kind of know where I placed it the time before. I'm interested to know if that's what's working for you. Okay, so same thing on the left side. I kind of start with my thumb. I have a lot of crepiness around the edges of my hand. It's, you know, right around here is where you can really see a lot of crepiness. That's one of the things that the laser helps with. I used it before on my dark spots and noticed that they were lightening. And when you build collagen, the elastin and the collagen helps kind of plump up that skin. It gives your hands a fuller look, and somehow that crepiness starts to subside as well. I think one of the hardest things about starting any device or any regimen is sticking to it. It's so easy to just say, oh, I'll do it another day. But really the only way I get benefit out of a device or a product is sticking to the protocol that they recommend. I think just like with anything, you have to set up a system that kind of forces you to do it. So with skincare, I have my morning skincare on a shelf in the bathroom, and I have my evening skincare on a shelf in the bathroom. It's that visual cue reminder that I have these things there, and because it's there and because I've put it in order so that I know I'm not going to skip a step, then that helps. I'm gonna turn this off, the fan's going. Same thing, I put this right in front of my vanity in the morning. I am only just doing it once a day at this time, but when I get to the point where I'm doing it twice a day, like I had in the past, I'll move it from the morning to the night, from the morning to the night shelf. That's just what I do. If you do that, and if you just do it one day at a time, and this is kind of my practice with all good habits, is if you just do it right in the moment. You walk in the morning, you wash your face, you do your skincare. Well, with this, when you do this, you wash your face, dry it, and then do this before you do anything. But generally speaking, as for habits, you set yourself up to fulfill the habit by making it part of your routine, truly. And so for me, that's what I'm doing with this. It's on the counter, it's right next to my face wash. I pick it up, I do it, then I do my skincare. So that is what I'm doing. That is what I recommend. And oh, wait, okay, 1050. I'll put on the screen right here how long that took me to do my neck and my hands. And that really is the thing, is it does take time. It takes time to do this every day. That's the thing with having an at-home unit. I could go and spend money and do the treatment. When I priced out what that was for my chest, I want to say it was $800 and you had to do it 3 times or something like that. I didn't do it. I'm not going to do it if this works, which I really think it will, because this worked on my face really well. Because I choose to do this at home, and because I don't want to invest in the treatment for my neck at the dermatologist, I know it's going to take time. And so I kind of set my expectations based on that. I know that it's going to at least take 45 days. I give myself those 45 days. Set yourself up a calendar. Every day you do it, put a check mark there. Don't forget to take pictures on day 1. And that sounds simple enough, but believe me, you're not going to see it unless you document it. That is the benefit of me being on camera, is that I am able to see it and I am documenting the progress. But I think all too often we forget. I never took pictures of myself before I started this channel. When I lost weight, the program said take a picture, and I didn't take great pictures because I didn't like taking pictures, but I was so glad that I did. And so same thing with skincare. No matter what you do, whether it's your hands, your chest, your neck, your face, whatever it is that you're giving a go at, take pictures to document from day 1 to the day that you check up on your progress. If you haven't subscribed, I would love it if you did. Just take a moment, hit subscribe. My content here is to help women over 50 navigate and embrace all the change that comes with life over 50, over 60, or what have you. So I look forward to having you. I have a whole playlist on my NIRA if you haven't watched it, and I will see you in the next one.